Okay, we are taking a look at your DMR from yesterday. Your quiz is today. So if you have any questions, today is your last day to ask about these skills before you take your test. Okay, here we go. What is the name of this solid figure? This is a cylinder. Questions? All right. Michael buys 3 bags of lemons and a cantaloupe. The total weight of the fruit is 13 pounds. So I'm going to go ahead and draw that. So we've got 3 lemons, 1, 2, 3. We're going to put an L in them, lemon, lemon, lemon. And then we've got a cantaloupe. We'll make that a goldish color. And that's a cantaloupe. Okay. All together, they have a weight of 13 pounds. Okay. The cantaloupe weighs 4 pounds. Easy enough. If the weight of each bag of lemons is the same, what does 1 bag of lemons weigh? Okay, all of this equals 13 pounds. They're asking us about the lemons, so let's get rid of the cantaloupe. 13 pounds minus 4 pounds is 9 pounds. Yes, William, a question.
How come on all of the problems for the past few DMRs, there hasn't been like the correct answer? It doesn't show you the correct answer.
After you turn it in?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's set up to. All right, so we've got 9 pounds left, and we've got to split that between the 3 lemons. 1, 2, 3. So that is going to be the equation 9 pounds divided by 3 bags of lemons equals how many pounds? 3, 6, 9. There we go, 3 times. So each bag of lemons equals 3 pounds because 3 plus 3 is 6, plus 3 is 9, plus 4 is back to our original number of 13. Yes, Terrence?
You did the two-way problem.
I did. 2 steps. A 2-step, a 2-step. All right, next up. Give the best geometric description of the figure below. Guess what this is not, William? What is this not?
Why do you have me say it? What am I?
It is not a dot. This is called a point. This could also be a vertex if it were attached to a shape, such as a triangle. But this is called a point or vertex. It is not a dot. It's also not a period because it's not at the end of a sentence. It's not a decimal point because it's not around numbers. And it's not a line because we don't see a straight path anywhere. Not a dot, not a dot, not a dot. Choose all that apply. And all equals 4. Which of these shapes has parallel sides but is not a trapezoid? Well, let's get rid of the trapezoids. Goodbye, trapezoid. Goodbye, trapezoid. Okay, which ones have parallel sides? B, right there, right there. Yay! C, right there, right there. Yay! D, right there, right there. Yay! E, right there, right there. Yay! G, nope. Those intersect right there. Those intersect right there. Those intersect right there. No parallel sides for G. Sorry for you, G.
Boo.
Bougie. Not bougie. Don't get confused. Any questions on that one? All righty then. Let's hop down to our time. What time is it? What time to represent? Not time for a dot, William. What time does this clock show? This clock shows that it is after the 7. It is not yet to the 8. So goodbye, 8 o'clock option. Our minute hand is at the 5, 10, 15, 20, 20. So it is 7:20. And y'all are lucky. I had a brain fart and I thought Miss Thaxton made a mistake on the clock and showed the exact same clock again, but it wasn't the exact same clock because it said what time will it be in 15 minutes and I deleted it. So lucky you, you only had 5 DMR. You will have your other DMR on the test today, okay? Questions on that? Yes, Willem?
It's a dot.
You're a dot. All right, here we go.
Not a dot.
Okay, friends, yesterday we took a look at measurement. Thank you for getting that work done on time. I looked at it and was able to see where you are understanding and where there is some confusion, okay? So I'm going to focus on your confusion today to clear that up. The biggest place where we were confused was remembering that pattern. So if you remember, I told you we're going to take notes today. So get your notebook. We're going to take notes on that pattern that shows on a ruler, okay? Let's go ahead and grab your notebook. Get your notebook, get your notebook. See, look, there's my crazy list from this morning. Flying baby donkey, Pinocchio, left corner flower, glitter sparkles. I look crazy. All right, here we go. The notes are going to be titled Fractions of an Inch. Yes, Terrence.
Dot.
You're a dot. Fractions of an inch. Okay, and take notes on fractions of an inch today. These are going to be very quick and simple notes. Fractions of an inch. We know fractions, we know number lines. Now we are going to tie them together on a ruler by looking at the fractions of an inch. Okay. All right. Fractions of an inch. First thing we're going to do is we're going to draw an inch. So to do that, I want you to trace 2 of your sidelines here. Okay, so 1, 2. And go ahead and make a rectangle. Make it a large rectangle so that you have enough space to write in it. Okay, so I'm going to make it take up about 2/3 of my page. Okay, so we've got a large rectangle here. There we go. This is a very, 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 very zoomed in view of 1 inch. So we're going to label our rectangle with 0 inches and 1 inch. Okay, and I'm going to label this as an inch. Okay. We're going to place the fraction lines, and you guys know from yesterday, our goal is to work with 1/4 inch or 1/4 inch fractions, okay? So we're going to take a look at the 1/4 pattern that we see on rulers. Sorry, I was losing my word. Okay, so let's start off by placing a tick mark halfway in our rectangle. So go to halfway, and I'm going to make that tick mark go down to the middle line. So that's our half. This is 1/2 of an inch here. Then we're going to cut the other half in half. So I'm going to cover it and put a line in the middle of that one, but this line isn't going to be as long. See how it's shorter there? That tick mark is shorter. And we're going to do the same thing over here. Cut that half in half. Okay, so you should have added 3 tick marks. 1 in the middle, 1 on the left of the middle, 1 on the right of the middle. Beautiful, Aiden G. Okay, now we're going to label these with the pattern. Okay, the pattern is 0, which we know is also 0/4, to 1/4. I want you to label that first tick mark 1/4. And then we have 2/4. Hi, need a break? All right, go ahead and have a seat back there, please. 1/4, 2/4, and then we've got 3/4. And that's the pattern, friends. It keeps going and going and going and going and going. So the last thing we're going to do is write that pattern, okay? So I want you to start with me. We're going to put the word whole, because that's a whole inch. Even if it's 0, it can be 0 whole inches. So we've got a whole. Then we've got 1/4. Then we've got 2/4. Then we've got 3/4. Then we've got a whole. And then we start the pattern over at 1/4 again. Okay, I'm going to go grab something that I want to show you as you finish up those notes. Okay, so here we go to prove the point. All right, I'm going to switch cameras so you can see how big this thing is, and then we'll go back. This right here is called a meter stick. This is different from a yardstick because a meter stick is actually 3 inches larger than a yardstick, okay? On this meter stick, we go from 0 all the way over to 39 1/2 inches, okay? So this thing is very large, all right? I'm going to show you why this pattern is so important. On this whole meter stick, this whole dang thing, the pattern stays the same. So check it. 0, 1/4, 1/2, 3/4, 1 whole. 1 1/4, 1 1/2, 1 3/4, 2 holes. 2 1/4, 2 1/2, 2 3/4, 3 holes. 3 1/4, 3 1/2, 3 1/4, 4 holes. 4 1/4, 4 1/2, 4 3/4, 5 holes. 5 1/4, 5 1/2, 5 3/4, 6 holes. And I could keep doing that the whole way. And the same pattern would be there. Okay, here we go. 13. 13 1/4, 13 1/2, 13 3/4, 14 holes. 14 1/4, 14 1/2, 14 3/4, 15 holes. Okay, so this pattern is the same on any inch, no matter what inch you start at. Let's start right here, 32. Guess what? Same pattern. 32 1/4, 32 1/2, 32 3/4, 33 holes. Same pattern. Okay? So my question is, dun, 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 am I ever going to see you put a different denominator like an eighth when we're measuring inches in 3rd grade? No. The only denominators I am going to see are what I just gave you, to the nearest 4th. Your denominator in 3rd grade will always be a 4th. In 4th grade, you're going to do eighths. But in 3rd grade, we're going to do fourths. Okay? So if the fraction is not on this notebook page, I do not want to see it as an answer on your homework. Are we clear? Okay, these are the only fractions that we're going to use, to the nearest 4th. All right? All right. Yes, Willem.
What, 5th grade we do 12s, and then 6th grade we do 17s?
In 5th grade, you will do 16ths, so they double. In 2nd grade, if COVID hadn't happened, you would have done halves, but you guys didn't get to that, so that's why we're covering it now. So you would have done halves, and then so that's 2. In 3rd grade, you do 4s, that's fourths, and then we cut those in half, and then in 4th grade, you do 8s. So see here, oh, that's the wrong side. There we go. So take a look. There's actually 8 spaces here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So in 4th grade, you'll do 8s. And then in 5th grade, you'll do 16ths. So 16ths are actually if you cut each of these little tiny spaces in half as well.
What
Right?
about 6th? 20th?
There's not, rulers aren't set up for 6ths. Rulers are set up using those duplicated 2s. 2, 4, 6, 8, 16, 32. I said 6 and I didn't mean 2. 2, 4, 8, 16, 32. It gets multiplied by 2 every time. That's just how rulers are set up. Don't ask me why, because I didn't create them. All right. So now let's practice writing only these fractions as our answers. Okay. All right. I'm going to show you a textbook video about how to measure. I want you to pay attention to the helpful tips that it gives, because you will be measuring with a ruler on your screen today. Okay, here we go. Maybe. Are you doing it again? Did you freeze on me? You did. You hate me. You worked 5 times before I started this. You can do it. You can do it. You can do it. You're a jerk. Textbook video. There we go. Let's try it again.
Marissa picked a red pepper. She estimates that the pepper she picked is about 3 inches long. How can you tell that this is the length of the pepper to the nearest inch? Use a ruler to measure the length. Line up the 0 mark on the ruler with the left end of the pepper. The right end of the pepper is closer to the 3-inch mark than the 2-inch mark.
Talk about that. You see how that's closer? Here's where the pepper ends, right here. And it's only got these tiny spaces to get to the 3. Over here, it's got this long of a space to get down to the 2. So it is closer to the 3-inch mark than it is to the 2-inch mark.
On a ruler, the marks between the whole numbers help you measure length to a fraction of an inch. What is the length of the red pepper, not including the stem, to the nearest ½ inch? The red dotted lines show marks for each ½ inch on the ruler. How do you know?
How do you know that this is a nearest ½ inch there? How could you know that? What do you look at to see? It's in the question. How do you know which half it is closest to? Let's take a look. We're at right here is where our pepper line is. So if I take a look at our ruler, we have 1, 2, 3 spaces until we get to the 2. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4 spaces until we get to the 3. So it is a shorter distance to that 2.5 line. Camille, camera on your face, please.
The marks divide each whole inch into 2 equal parts. The red pepper is about 2 1/2 inches long. How do you know? The right end of the red pepper is closer to the 2 1/2 inch mark than the 3 inch mark when measuring to the nearest half inch. What is the length of the red pepper, not including the stem, to the nearest 1/4 inch?
This is our standard 1/4 inch. Here we go.
1/4 inch and 1/4 inch are the same measure. The blue dotted lines show marks for each 1/4 inch on the ruler. How do you know? The marks divide each whole inch into 4 equal parts. Is the length closer to 2 3/4 inches or 2 2/4 inches? Explain.
Okay, let's see it.
Select your answer.
Show of hands. I will click on the most popular. Is this end of the pepper right here closer to 2 3/4 or closer to 2 2/4 or 2/4? Which one is this closer to? If you think it is closer to 2 2/4, raise your hand. If you think it is closer to 2 3/4, raise your hand. Ding, 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 ding. Who can explain why it is closer to 2 3/4? William, you had your hand up before I even started. Go for it, kiddo.
It's closer to 2 3/4 because it is on the line, the very next line behind it.
Excellent.
And 2 2/4, it's 2 lines in front of it.
Yeah, it's only got one little hop, boop, until it gets to 2 3/4. It's got 3 hops, boop, 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 until it gets to 2 2/4. Okay, so it is closer to 2 3/4.
The red pepper is about 2 3/4 inches long because the right end of the pepper is closer to the 2 3/4 inch mark than the 2 2/4 inch mark.
Pause for interruption. Take a look at the fractions that they used. 3/4, 3/4, 2/4. Take a look at the notes you used. 4th, 4th, 4th. Okay, we're working with fourths. Okay.
When measuring to the nearest 1/4 inch.
Great job!
Thanks for the encouragement, young lady. Okay, the other thing I want to point out that there was some confusion about yesterday. Take a look at how they wrote 2 3/4 and 2 2/4. Notice that the 2 is larger than the fraction. 2 3/4. The 2 appears bigger in font because it's a whole inch. From our notes, it's that whole, okay? So we show the whole as a larger amount than the fraction by representing it with larger font. That is how we know this is a whole inch. Some of you yesterday were writing it like this, actually most of you, 2 3/4. That looks like 23rd fourths to me. Looks like 23/4. That's not correct. We make the whole number the larger number so that we can tell it is different from a fraction. Tracking with me? Okay. All right, let's take a look here at our seesaw task. Go ahead and hop to your activities, please. On your activities, you have a new activity which has been unlocked to you called measuring length. Measuring length. Okay, let's add that response. We already watched that video that's linked there, so don't worry about that. We're gonna hop here to our warm-up, okay? All right, for our warm-up, we are not all in the same room, so we're gonna use my camera here, and you're gonna tell me something on my desk that you would like for me to measure, okay? All right, so here we go. Here are the objects on my desk. If you see one that you would like to measure, get it in your head. I'm going to call on you. Look how messy my
Computer.
desk is. This is ridiculous. I will call on you, and then we will measure, okay? All right, Tim, what do you want me to measure? What do you see? Water bottle? All right, here we go. We're gonna measure the water bottle. Here is the water bottle, okay? When you take a look, here's my hand for reference. Here it is by my face for reference. Okay, we're going to estimate how tall this water bottle is in inches, okay? So on your screen over here, let's write it down. This is a water bottle, a bottle. I'm writing, you're writing. It says a water bottle. That is the first object that we are going to measure. Okay. I want you to write an estimate of how many inches you think this is. We're going to do the height. How many inches tall do you think this water bottle is? Make a guess. If you didn't know, an inch is about the size of your middle digits section here. So this is about an inch right here on your middle finger, this middle part. So there's one. How many inches tall do you think this is? Take a guess and write it down. Write down your guess right here. How many inches? So you're guessing by yourself right now. I am going to estimate that, what's my guess? Let's see, let's look at it. I'm going to estimate that it's about 16 inches tall. That's my guess.
So it's a foot.
It would be over a foot, yes. All right. Now we're going to go ahead and measure. Tim, I should have asked this before. I didn't. Tim, is Tim here? Oh, there you are. Tim, do you want me to measure the cap as part of the height or just the bottle?
The cap.
The cap too. All right, here we go. Okay, so there it is. It's lined up at the bottom. I've got them both flat on the desk. Okay, and here we go. We're going to zoom in close. All right, so our water bottle cap is about right there. Okay, right here. Okay, that's where it is. So let's take a look here. We are going to zoom, and I'll put this back. This will be easier if I have two hands. Oh my gosh. Are y'all going to get seasick on me? Okay, there we go. Okay. So right here is where that was. Okay, so take a look. We've gone from 0 all the way over to 13. We have not gotten to 14 yet. So our first large number is going to be, William, stop with the humming, bro, is going to be 13. So go ahead and write that in there, 13. That is the big inch, 13. Yes, Elijah.
I can't see you. Can't see the bottom.
We're writing on our screen right now, Elijah. All right, 13. Okay, so that's our big inch. Now we're going to take a look at the quarter inch. So I'm going to stop sharing so we can zoom in here. Okay, here we go. 13. And then we went to 1/4, 1/2, 3/4 right here. It was almost to that 14. It was just short. So this was 14 or 13 and 3/4 inch. 13 and 3/4 inch. Notice that my 13 is much larger than my fraction because it is a whole number. We know that whole numbers are larger than fractions of numbers. So my guess wasn't far off. It was almost 2 inches off. Okay. All right. Another object to measure. What other object do we want to measure on my desk? Oh, I'll say hi, guys. Hi, guys. Okay. Object to measure here. What do we want to measure? 11, I haven't heard from you a lot right now. What do you want to measure?
If it was something for me, it would be this Oreo.
An Oreo. I don't have an Oreo, though. I do have candy. Do you want me to measure some candy?
No.
Okay.
Oh, I can't zoom into your screen, so I can't zoom.
Oh, hold on. There you go. What do you want me to measure?
Alrighty. Our Zoom cubes.
These?
Yes.
All right. 1 Zoom cube. You got it. Okay, here we go. Let me set up my camera here. Okay. We'll zoom in a little bit on a Zoom cube. Hi, Braden. We'll zoom in on your forehead since you won't show us your face. Okay, there we go. Levin, are you wanting to measure the height or the length of the cube?
Height.
Height. Okay, so how tall this is. All right, so over here, guys, let's type what our object is. This is called, and the technical word for it is a panel. So this is a Zoom panel. Okay, we're going to measure a Zoom panel. I don't think panel has 2 ends in it. I'm going to look it up. I think it has 1.
Does have 1.
It has 1. You're correct. It does have 1. That doesn't follow the rule of double consonants after a short vowel. Oh, English, you crazy language, you. Okay, Zoom panel. I'm going to guess, looking at this Zoom panel right now, I'm going to guess that it's about 1.5 inches. That's my guess. Go ahead and write down your guess. How tall do you think it is? I think it is 1 2/4 inch. That's my guess. Notice again, my 1 is the taller because it is a whole amount. Okay. William, can you stop looking at your face in the corner of the screen? You're killing me, kid. Okay, let's get to measuring. All right. I'm going to line it up right here. So I'm going to make sure that my end of my ruler, that is my 0, is right on the end of the panel of Braden's forehead. Okay. I'm going to guess. Let's go here. 1 whole inch, it's taller. 2 whole inches, ooh, it's taller. It goes up to 2 1/4 inch right here at the end. So that's what we're going to write. 2 1/4 inch. There we go. That can be a way I can discipline you guys now. I can turn the camera on and I can say, no, 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 no. There you go. I would never do that in real life, but it's kind of fun to do on a screen. Okay, there we go. So this was actually 2 1/4 inch. So we're going to write our inch as a very large number, 2, and we're going to add 1/4. Notice again, it's in fourths. Fourth, 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 fourth. Everybody say fourth, 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 fourth. Okay, fourths. We're working with fourths, okay? Fourths. All right. We're going to run out of time, so I'm not doing the last 2. Womp womp. We'll come back to it.
Should we do one more?
Nope. We got to get to our book lesson. We're still on slide 1. We only got 7 minutes. That's crazy. It's good, though, because we're having good conversation. Okay, here we go. Oh, you're fine, William, on your humming.
Your hair.
My hair is in my neck. Thank you. That was uncomfortable. Okay. This is an example of what you saw in the video on slide 2. So if you get to working later and you're like, shoot, I forget how to read this. Right here, it tells you how to measure to the nearest half, how to measure to the nearest quarter inch, which we know is a fourth. There are step-by-step directions. Okay. Hop to slide 3, please. Tony measured the line segment at the right. Here's the line segment. To the nearest quarter inch. She says the length of the segment is about 3/4 inch. Do you agree with Tony? Ms. Sousa, there's way more than 4 lines there. You're correct, children. Let me show you. Notice on our notes, I showed you where the fourths are. The 1/4 is the first longer line. The 2/4 is the longest line. The 3/4 is the next line that is the same size as the 1/4. So let's talk about what that means on your screen. Here's a ruler. I want you to shade with me with your highlighter, a skinny highlighter, the 4th lines. You will notice the 4ths are the longest of the lines. So here's our half. We know that half is right in the middle, so we know that that's 2/4. Now look at the longer lines. There's a longer line. There's a longer line. These are the only 3 that we are going to work with in 3rd grade. You will get to these smaller ones in each other grade level. Let's highlight them again. So 0, 1/4, 1/2, 3/4, 1 whole. Let's highlight them again. 1 1/4, 1 2/4, 1 3/4, 2 wholes. And again, Justin, 2 1/4, 2 1/2, 2 3/4, 3 wholes. And again, Justin, 3 1/4. Oops. And the 1/2 isn't there. Okay, so we have a pattern here. We're going to look at those lines. Now, Tony says it's about 3/4. So Tony says it's about right here at 3/4. Yes, we agree with her. The reason that we agree with her is because it is very close to the 3/4 line. It is only 1 mark away from the 3/4 line segment. I'll put that in the chat too. Okay, so it's very close. I'm going to lower hands because I think they're from earlier with the desk objects, but if you did have a question, just raise your hand back up, okay? Okay. Any questions about why this is close to 3/4 inch? Any questions? All right. Let's hop to slide 4, please. Sometimes the nearest quarter inch and nearest half inch are the same length. So take a look here. The blue dotted lines show the nearest quarter inch marks. Let's make that blue. The carrot stick is closer to 1 2/4 or 1 1/2 inch long. Okay, so 2/4 and 1/2 are the same, but you guys know that from fractions. It's just reminding you that it's the same on a ruler. We know, using our notes too, 2/4 is right in the middle. In the middle of an object is 1/2 of it. So they are the same. Okay, questions on that? Yes, Terrence. Sorry, Elijah, I didn't mean to click on you there.
Do you want Reese's?
I want to do math. Slide 5, last one we're going to take a look at together. If the length of a nail is between 1 and 2 inches, what are all the possible lengths to the nearest quarter inch? You guys already have these. Take a look right here. Boom. This is between an inch, and you know which quarters that is going to be. Okay, so let's take a look. We have 1 inch and we have 2 inches. Look what we already know is in the middle. We have our 1/4 line segment, our 2/4 line segment, and our 3/4 line segment. So all of the possible lengths, all of them are going to be 1 and 1/4 line segment or inch, 1 and 2/4 inch, and 1 and 3/4 inch. All 3 of those are possible answers. So there are 3 answers to this. Make sure you've got all 3. 1, oops. 2, and 3. Okay, so if a nail is between 1 and 2, here are all of the marks that it could be. It could be there, it could be there, and it could be there, and we labeled all of those. Questions on that? Okay, last one. Estimate, then measure the length to the nearest quarter inch. Okay, so estimate. Let's look at this feather and see what is it closest to. My estimate is going to be 2 inches. I see that this is very close to 2 inches. That's what I'm estimating. I'm now going to find the exact length by measuring to the nearest quarter inch. We already know that it's going to be 2 inches. Look, it is after the 2. So please make a large 2 to show all of the 2 inches that it is. And then we're going to take a look at our options. We know from our pattern, I have 2 and 1/4, 2 and 2/4, 2 and 3/4. It could be any of those. So let's see. 2 and 1/4, 2 and 2/4, 2 and 3/4. This is closest to that 2 and 1/4 line. The others are after it. So my answer is 2 and 1/4 inch. This feather is 2 and 1/4 inches. Questions on that? Yes, Terrence.
Remember to not forget your int sign.
Correct. Most of the labels here are there for you. Okay. Your task today is going to be to complete the rest of these independent slides. There are 5 of them. You are going, actually there's 4 because one of them is a quizzes. You are going to be taking the ruler and dragging it to the starting point. I want you to hop to slide 6, please. I want you to notice something. Please notice that the 0 mark is not at the edge of the ruler. Do you see that? That 0 mark is at this very long line. So when I line my object up, I have to be very careful that I line it up at the 0. If I lined my ruler up here, I am adding length that is not there. Okay? I have to line up with the 0. Make sure you are careful with that as you're working. Okay? You are going to measure to the nearest quarter inch. Use your notebook picture. Okay? You have those examples right there. All right, friends, your task is to complete these slides. When you get to slide 10, there is a quizzes link that will let you play the game independently. Please upload a screenshot of your finished results into the red box. And on slide 11, there is an optional game for you to play. This game is to be played by clicking on inches and quarters. So this is what the screen looks like. You're going to go to inches and you're going to click on quarters because that is our standard.